Hi folks, just come back from a walk in those woods. Yes. Well, it's a more local place. It's a common area to go. Very village woods. Yeah. So yeah. Speaking of God, as I'm going round, and a lot of stuff. Oof. Just speaking to him about so much, really. Yeah. Yeah, but mainly things that I've been speaking to him about for the last 20 years. Yeah. But, yeah. Well, put it this way, I mean, I do get it. Yeah, a lot of people that do videos talking about God and talking about the church and talking about that sort of stuff, they keep it nice and fluffy. They keep it comfortable and nice and cheerful, and people walk away saying, well, that was nice. Yeah. I've done that occasionally as I felt led. The problem is, a lot of these people, are they doing it the way they're doing it because God has told them to do it that way? I can't answer the question because I don't know, because I'm not in their heads, so I can't really say what God has told them to do. But if they're doing things the same way as everyone else, then probably not. Does that mean I'm doing things right all the time? No, not at all. No, but it's like, I mean, for me, I've heard. Well, I did a video the other day talking about the fact that people in church are still praying that God will take back the area and do all this. Yeah, okay. That was 1 week. Next week, they were praying about something completely different. The area mattered so much 1 week. Next week didn't matter. They stopped praying about it. It didn't matter anymore. Yeah, they were almost praying, and weeping about it, and then suddenly it didn't matter anymore. So, okay. Yeah. That's always, an issue. Because you see that, and then, well, was it real? What they were praying? Did they mean what they were praying? Was the emotion real? Or was it just, an act? Yeah, when you see that, then next week they're on to something else. It's, well, okay. Really? Okay. And then, it's like they're talking about revival and the need for revival and stuff like that. I don't understand it. I just don't. I don't. 20 odd years they've been calling for revival, and really in that 20 odd years nobody has figured out. We're asking for radical change, but we're not willing to change radically. Maybe that's the problem. Well, we're not willing to change at all, really. We're just asking God to do it all. Yeah, that is a big problem. Yeah, I mean, put it this way: if you had a kid who was say 8, 9 years old, and they wanted to be, male or female, it doesn't matter. They wanted to be the best tennis player the world has ever seen. Would you say to him, "Well, you're going to get there. You're going to get there, sweetheart. Don't worry." And really mean it. Because of course, if you really wanted him to get there, wouldn't you say, "Oh, okay, you've got to work incredibly hard. You're going to practice 6 or 7 hours a day. Yeah, you've got to get the tiniest details right down. No good just dealing with the big things. You're going to get every tiny little detail perfected to do that. So 6 hours a day training. You're going to have to go to coaches. You're going to have to be flying all around the world in competitions. You want to do that?" And if they say yes, okay, we'll make it happen. We'll do what we can to make it happen for you. But you understand that if they want to get to that level, they're going to have to put that much effort in. Yeah? But in the church, We don't recognise that, do we? We don't recognise that maybe we're going to put some effort in if we want to see results. Yeah? Well, even the Bible says you've got to sow the seeds in order to get the fruit. We're saying, no, we're just going to sit on our asses. Yeah? Talking a good game, but... yeah. Yeah. That's the point. The Bible says, works. Faith without works is dead. So there has to be works. What does works require? Getting up and doing something. It's not words. Although words can be works. If you're sharing with somebody, yeah. If you're letting people see what God is doing in your life, good and bad. Well, I don't mean God doing bad, but if you're letting people see what's happening in your life, good and bad, and what God's doing, cool. That's a better way to say it. Yeah. See, we can all learn new things as we go, yeah. But well, it's like, okay. I mentioned this before about worship, and the church I'm in are going to have a worship conference soon. Cool. Okay. I don't think they're going to want me speaking. No. I don't think they're going to want me speaking at all. Because one thing I'd say quite simply is, look, if you go to a local bar and they've got music and they've got a live band, that live band normally sounds so much better than the church band. How? That live band has practiced to a degree because of the fact they're playing in front of an audience and they want that audience to come back. So they have to be good enough to make the audience come back. Right? So they're practicing and playing for money. You're playing for the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. You're playing for the Father of Heaven who created the whole universe and everything. And you think that's good enough? Yeah, that band who goes to the bar, they didn't think their level was good enough, so they practice and practice and practice. But you think that is good enough? How? No, I completely understand that in David's day, David just, mucking around with something that made noise was acceptable to God. Because he worshipped in his way. But if you're worship leaders, that's not your bloody job. David wasn't a worship leader. He was worshipping. Private worship. What you do in your private worship is between you and God. Yeah, you see, I start talking about these things and, explosions. Yeah. But I'm passionate about it because in the end, if we're going to see God in our churches, we have to raise the bar. If the bar is that low, that if you can play a few notes on a guitar or on a keyboard, then you're in. What? Oh God, no. Buy a bloody CD. Put the CD on while they're practicing, while they're perfecting their skills. Then they can come in. And of course, we don't demand that they're as good as the people on a CD because that's done in a professional, way. We don't expect them to be necessarily all that high when they begin. But for goodness sake, that has to be the aim. Doesn't that have to be the aim? That they're going to be as good as these professional musicians? You're playing in front of the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Sure. And you think the bar should be so low. And you love the Lord? Really? You love the Lord? This understanding of love. That you give the minimum you can give. And that's what he's worth. But you love him. It's like, what? I've never got that. That has never made sense to me in any way, shape or form. Yeah. I hope that people are now understanding why I've always found it so difficult being in church. Because you come across this nearly all the time. Not all the time, but nearly all the time. So you come across this with worship, then you come across the minister who's been preparing messages way in advance. And, if God has told... Look, I was spending time with God earlier about this and just saying, Father, look, I understand that, at some point in time you may have said to someone, I want you to spend a month talking about Romans, in your Sunday ministries. You may have said to someone, do that. The problem is, other ministers have seen that and think, we should do that as well. Only if God has told you to. Only if God has told you. God told that person to do it. He didn't tell you to do it, so don't fucking do it. So you see the worship, then you see that. Then you see the begging for money because, most of the people in the church don't understand that they've given their life to God and every single bloody thing, therefore, belongs to God. They don't. How can you not? What the bloody hell do you think giving your life really means? And that's a hilarious thing when you find the answers to that out, I tell you. What people think giving their life to God actually means, it does not mean giving your life to God. So, yeah. So I've been speaking to God a lot about all that stuff for the last, just today, really, yeah. Well, because when the idea comes up, okay, if I was asked to speak what I speak about, that's why it always comes to the point of just saying, Father, I'd have to have you telling me what to say, because there's 20 years worth of stuff that I could speak about. And what do they need? Do they need me to be frustrated? Do they need that frustration to come out? Sometimes, yeah, but other times, no. So, yeah, in the end, it is very much a case. If I'm ever invited to speak, then it is very much a case of, Father, what do you want me to say? What do they need to hear today? Yeah. It always comes down to that because, with so much that could be said, so much that to a certain degree maybe needs to be said. Yeah, but again, how to say it? What's going to work with these people? Could be completely different than what's going to work with other people. What's going to work with these people? And it's like, I've just done, 10 minutes? I was speaking about a few things, and the level of frustration is sky high on all these things because, these are some of the things that are holding back the church, that are getting in the way. And these are some of the things which really, when it comes down to it, Well, I say to Father, excuse me, how can you sit there while these people are saying they love you and that's what they think you're worth? Seriously. Can you not just appear one time or just send an angel and laugh and say, this is what you think I'm worth? Really? This is all you think I'm worth? That? Right, okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not saying, I can't say for any way, shape or form that in my life over the 27 years I have shown that I think God is worth so much more every day of my life. No, I haven't. No. No, I haven't, and that's not good. No, I didn't for those years. And that's why it is a case where, as God says, I was where I was and they are where they are. Cool. That's why, the frustration is not necessarily needed. It won't work with everyone because everyone is where they are, and what they need to get out of that is, going to be different. So, Anyway, there you go. I'll leave you to it. Yeah. It is what it is. We are where we are, aren't we? So there you go. You take care. God bless. I will speak to you soon at some point in time. Have a fantastic day. Have a wonderful week. And bye-bye.